Chidi and Emeka were two friends who lived in a small village in southern Nigeria. They were both adventurous and curious, and they loved to explore the nearby forest and river. They also liked to listen to stories from the elders, especially the ones about the spirits and the ancestors. One day, they heard a story about a hidden cave in the forest where a powerful Juju was kept. The Juju was said to grant any wish to the one who found it, but it also had a terrible curse. Anyone who entered the cave had to face their greatest fear, and if they failed, they would be trapped in the cave forever. Chidi and Emeka were intrigued by the story, and they decided to find the cave and the Juju. They packed some food and water and set off to the forest. They followed a narrow path that led them deeper and deeper into the woods. They saw many strange and beautiful things, such as colorful birds, exotic flowers, and giant trees. After walking for a long time, they came across a large rock with a small opening. They recognized it as the entrance to the cave, and they felt a mixture of excitement and fear. They looked at each other and nodded, and they crawled into the opening. The cave was dark and damp, and they could hear the sound of dripping water and echoing noises. They used their flashlights to see where they were going and followed a winding tunnel that seemed to go on forever. They wondered if they would ever find the Juju, or if they would ever get out of the cave. Suddenly, they reached a dead end, where a wooden door was blocking their way. On the door, there was a sign that read, "Enter at your own risk. Only the brave and the loyal can pass." They pushed the door, and it opened with a creak. They stepped into a large chamber, where they saw a pedestal with a shiny object on top. They realized that it was the Juju, and they felt a surge of joy. They ran towards the pedestal, but before they could reach it, the door slammed shut behind them. They heard a voice that said, "Welcome to the cave of the Juju. You have come to seek your wish, but you must first face your fear. Look around you and see what awaits you." They looked around, and they saw that the chamber was filled with their worst nightmares. Chidi saw a swarm of spiders crawling towards him, and he felt a wave of panic. He hated spiders, and he was terrified of them. Emeka saw a pool of blood with a severed head floating in it, and he felt a shock of horror. He recognized the head as his father's, who had died in a car accident. He blamed himself for his father's death, and he was haunted by it. They screamed and backed away from their fears, and they tried to find a way out. They ran to the door, but it was locked. They banged on it, but no one answered. They realized that they were trapped, and immediately felt a surge of despair. They turned to each other and saw that they were not alone. They saw a third person in the chamber who looked exactly like them. They were confused and scared and wondered who it was. The voice said, "This is your final test. This is your friend who came with you to the cave, but he is also your enemy, who wants to take the Juju for himself. He will try to kill you, and you must kill him first. only one of you can leave the cave alive, and only one of you can have your wish. Choose wisely and act quickly. The Juju is waiting for you. They looked at the person who looked back at them with a sinister smile. He said, "Hello, my friends. I'm sorry to do this, but I want the Juju more than you do. I have a wish that I need to fulfill, and I won't let anyone stop me. I know you have your own wishes, but they don't matter to me. You are in my way, and you must die. Goodbye, my friends. It was nice knowing you." He pulled out a knife and he lunged at them. They dodged his attack and fought back. They grabbed whatever they could find, such as rocks, sticks, bones, and used them as weapons. They hit, kicked, and stabbed each other, and they felt pain, anger, and betrayal. They forgot about their fears and focused on their survival. They wanted to live and wanted to have their wish. They fought for a long time and wounded each other badly. They were bleeding, bruising, and breaking, and felt exhausted, weak, and hopeless. They wondered if they would ever escape the cave, or if they would ever see the light again. They looked at each other and saw that they were dying. They felt a pang of regret and wished that they had never entered the cave. They realized that they had made a terrible mistake and that they had lost their friendship. They remembered the good times that they had together and felt a surge of sadness. They dropped their weapons and hugged each other. They said to one another, "I'm sorry, my friend. I don't want to kill you. I don't even want the Juju. I just want to be your friend again. Can you please forgive me?" They forgave each other and cried. They said to each other, "I love you, my friend. You are more important to me than any wish. I don't want to die. I want to live with you. Can we go back to the way we were?" They wished that they could go back, and they prayed. They prayed to the ancestors. They asked for mercy, and they asked for a miracle. They heard a voice that said, "You have passed the test. You have faced your fear, and you have proven your loyalty. You have chosen your friend over your wish, and you have shown your love. You have earned Juju, and you have earned your freedom. The door is now open, and you can leave the cave. Go and live your life. Be happy and be grateful. And remember, the Juju is always with you." They looked at the door and truly saw that it was open. They looked at where the Juju was and saw that it had disappeared. Then they realized that the Juju was not a thing, but a feeling of courage, friendship, and love. A feeling that they had in their hearts and that they shared with each other. They smiled and they thanked the voice. They thanked their ancestors. They thanked the Juju and thanked each other as well. Then they got up and walked up to the door. Carefully, on stepping out of the cave, they saw the sun and felt the warmth on their faces. And this feeling alone gave them joy. They held hands and ran to the village to tell everyone what had happened. An elaborate party was held at the village square to celebrate their return. The moral of the story is to be loyal friends and not let anything come between you and your friends.